addition. I remember when that boy ain't had no pot to. They wouldn't let me in, so I never asked permission. Tours like a war, I'm getting minimum 5 mil permission. Hit the ignition and beat the emission. Like a clinician more than a musician. My flow rare like a first edition. Report for dismission. Everything I ever thought of, it came to fruition. King of the transition. We never switch and peep the acquisition, no omission. Your lyrics drier than the prepare for collision. Then the satellite that's on an orbiting mission.
I remember we didn't have any permission. Never forget, we on a mission. I remember that they didn't even want to listen. Now we cooking, we ain't even in the kitchen. I remember we didn't have any permission. Never forget, we on a mission. I remember that they didn't even want to listen. Now we cooking, we ain't even in the
You wanna try to beat the force, I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more. Soul gonna rise when I leave this court.
From the West Coast, we're coming to you live from the NFL's newest and the world's most expensive stadium. State-of-the-art SoFi here in Inglewood, California. Two of the NFL's best starts challenging each other here. Off we go in a Week 4 showdown. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Herbert throwing right away. Johnston brings it in. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Brought down by Paul Senadebo.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 34-yard line.
Herbert with a blitz coming. This one finds Goddard. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Making the stop that time, Kool-Aid McKinstry.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
On 3rd and 2, Herbert. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Now Herbert again. And it falls incomplete. And that play doesn't get it done. We've got a turnover on down.
Kate, I don't know what the punter did to hurt people's feelings because I think the reasoning was pretty clear. They were going to go for it. There's not going to be a punter that touched the field. Not an advisable mindset now as they turn it over in their end of the field.
Blown back, gets the handoff. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Brought down on the effort by Derwin James. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Second down now, 7 to go. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Completed to his running back. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. They gain 14 on the play. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
And the Saints first down.
They'll throw it. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. First time this game they've looked to him. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he gets it down to the 13-yard line. Working quickly here. Before the snap on 3rd and 2, they call time. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Third and just 2 to go. They're throwing it. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Wideouts getting involved in the ground game. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. On 2nd and 9. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete.
Oh, that is going to haunt him. A drop touchdown in the end zone. We'll see how good his mental toughness is. If he can move past it quickly and make an impact for them later.
They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. Slot man motioned over. Here he is on 3rd and long. Pass it down close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, you need to make a play in the open field. Keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
They motion the slot man right. And he doesn't get the lane he wants or needs. He's going to be taken down at the line. And their first drive won't end in points after all. He stopped, and they're going to turn it over on downs.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything. And boy, did they ever attack it.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Running this one left. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Offense up to the line fast. 1st and 10, Herbert. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Former first-rounder Devin Bush making the play. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 31. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. This is caught inside the 15. He makes it in for the Los Angeles touchdown. The Chargers take a 6-0 lead in the first quarter. Matt McConkey with a touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Chargers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing now from the gun. Completed over the middle. And he's touched down after a nice pickup there to get the first.
First down with New Orleans.
Setting up a throw. That's caught by Chris Olave. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that one. And the Saints are going to have a first down. They will not get another playoff. We're at the end of one. Neither side separating much so far. We're back to SoFi right after this. We're back for the second quarter. Saints in possession of the football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here. They'll throw it again. Cut near the goal line. It's a New Orleans touchdown. They're out to try and tack on the extra points. And he does not tie this game. His extra points off. They remain down by 1. Things trim back down to a single-point Brock as they send this off and away. This will end up as a touchback.
And 10. At their own 30-yard line.
I'm so iconic. Fly down to see the islands. She ain't even bring a wallet. They don't get it, but I got it. I'm so iconic. Got your stacks up, but you ain't got no rings. Yeah, got my stacks up. I'm living on my dreams. Yeah, trust this condo. I prefer to limousine.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap to Herbert. He's on the move. Connection made with his back deep downfield. It's a pickup of 26. And it brings up an LA first down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but I think somebody's auditioning for some extra work as a receiver. If he could do that coming out of the backfield, imagine the damage he could do if they sent him out into one of those spots out wide.
First and 10. Here's Herbert. It's caught. That's Calvin Austin. And he has it down to the 30 before going out. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Chargers will have a first. Herbert from the gun. Completed here to Johnston. And there's a big hit right after that catch, so the play limited to maybe just a couple yards. They send the tight end in motion. Herbert to throw once more. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Couldn't connect with Ladd McConkey. And now it's third down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they'll stop him after a short pickup to the 24. He got 3 on the run. That's going to bring up 4th and 4. The Chargers sending out Dicker the kicker to add 3 to the board. Definitely not an automatic here. This 41 yards away. Brown's kick is up and good. And that'll push their lead to 4.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. From the 32. Taken in by Shaheed. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Pass play now. It's his running back. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Chargers territory.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 47. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And they take him down right along the 30. Working quickly here. From the 30 on second down. Gets this one to Shaheed. And he goes down, so they're set up with a nice 1st and goal as we've reached our 2-minute warning. They'll try and punch it in. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. From the gun, a give to Miller. And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4. Now the Saints hustling people forward. They need to get set. From the gun on 3rd down. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
Oh, that is such a bummer. A dropped touchdown right in the end zone. We're going to see how quickly he can flush this one. He better, because they got to make an impact later.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
First and 10 now from the 30. Here's Herbert. He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield. That's grabbed inside the 30. To the house, touchdown LA. The Chargers grow their lead just before halftime. Dicker tacks on the extra point. And the Chargers grow their lead to 8. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. No luck finding his receiver that time. So second down coming up.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
The shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for a New Orleans first down. Pass play coming here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. We have a timeout here. Second one taken by New Orleans. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with the sack.
Trying again, following the sack. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. You read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you've got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Dropping back to throw. Escapes the pocket. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play. Here's someone from a family of punters, Ryan Stonehouse, on to punt on fourth. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they'll take over with minimal time remaining in the half. Only 10 seconds remaining here, so 1st and 10 may be our last snap of the half. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it.
You spring a big game like that, Kate, on the interior. 9 times out of 10, that O-line decisively won their matchup with the big fellas up front. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running lane.
Going to the ground again on first. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. They'll stick with the ground game here. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott Brock here with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Give now to the running back. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Second and 12 behind the sticks. Into the hands of Olave. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. Here comes the Saints punting unit. And this will be his second effort of the contest. Ooh, and this is a worm burner. He didn't hit this one well. And the punt team downs this one just inside the 40. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10.
Go.
Herbert now. He puts everything behind this one. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Here's the handoff. And he's taken down after a short rush at about the 36. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
Brings up third down and 9.
On third down, Herbert. Throw left side, complete. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Begins his return at the 16. And he'll scrape together what he can on the return. He gets it back to the 20. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And the Saints will get set to take over. They're out and set, first and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Offense up to the line fast. From the 27. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he pushes it up across the 30 before going out. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
First and 10 now from the 30. He's going to throw this one. Hauled in left side. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
First and 10 from the 41. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for a New Orleans first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. They go play action on first. Brought in close to the 8. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints shrinking the lead some in the third. So the Saints offense staying on the fields. They're going for 2. He's throwing for it. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Junior Colson. And the Chargers will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Saints 15.
We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Look at this. The wideout gets it to start this drive. And the defense not caught off guard at all. They track him down after a small gain.
Well, that's a tough one because you could see the beginnings of what looked like an explosive play. Let's give some credit here, Kate, to the defense. A great job to bottle him up before it came to fruition.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Catch made underneath by the back. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. 1st and 10, here's Herbert. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. A give now from the gun. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. 6 yards the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. The Chargers lined up in punt formation. Got 44 yards on his first kick, Brock, and this one looks to be longer. Secures this at the 17. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And they're going to take over possession. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Back to throw now. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond, it looks like the 30.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Second and 3 now. From the 32. He's on the move. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open or risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Looking to the air here. That's caught for the 1st. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. It's the Saints' ball. They're down on the scoreboard, but things not out of hand yet.
Chargers 17, Saints 15.
They'll come up 1st and 10. They'll throw it again. Can't get it to him. Incomplete. This one intended for the running back. So that brings up second down.
Yeah, I know nobody's perfect. All you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Shaheed motioning right. 2nd and 10 now. This is complete to Olave. They'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Shotgun now on 3rd down. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Chargers take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
I know he started to play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. That'll make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion. I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road. Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. They give it to him again. Pushing for the red zone. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Chargers parlay the interception into points. Dicker's extra point is up and good. And the Chargers push the lead to 2 scores now. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and you couldn't do it.
Here's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along the route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Throwing from the gun. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Shaheed motioning right. 1st and 10, looking to throw. That's taken in by Means. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Chargers territory. Offense in the hurry up here. 2nd and 4. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. Looking for a throw here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on fourth. Need a conversion. They're throwing for it. Into the hands of Olave. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. Working quickly here. He'll throw it yet again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. After the sack, another pass on second down. He's got a man left. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
They bring their tight end left. Third and long for him here. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Derwin James picks it.
Well, that's now his second time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the second on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
They've got first down from the 31. Here's Herbert. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Second and 10. Herbert trying again. Caught by his back. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. It's the 2-minute warning here in L.A. Chargers close to beginning the year 4-0. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. He'll try to do it himself. And that'll be enough for the first as they touch him down.
It's about the simplest play in the playbook, and they execute it like it was drawn up. That push gets them the first down.
No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Wow, they're going to pass it here. That throw finds Johnston. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
On first down, they'll run. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it brings up an L.A. first down.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice wants to find the lane upfield and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
Ball at the 33 for first down. They've got a man in motion. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he's able to keep it moving down to the 28. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Well, I know this. This staff loves the athleticism and versatility he brings to the offense. That's not only as a receiver, but as someone who can take occasional carries and turn them into good yards.
Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Hey, look, in the right situation, you catch a team off guard. Well, this could be a tremendous play for some big yards. But in the wrong situation, you get hit in the mouth right behind the line of scrimmage.
We have a timeout here. Second one taken by New Orleans. And they'll have just one left to burn now. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Lone back gets the handoff. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Back to the well again. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
Hey, not a bad play by any means. There's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go. Back-to-back carries here. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. So the Chargers come away with a win in this one. And their start to the season not cooling off by any means as they move to 4-0 on the year.